Hi guys, Tracy Ann Doss. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite shows, Married at First Sight UK, and we are on season 10, episode 25, and let's get started. So we're going to start with Ashley and Grace, and we're going to talk about the commitment ceremony. Grace asked Ashley if he understands why she was embarrassed about him talking about April without her being present. And Ashley says he understands, but really doesn't want to keep rehashing the same issue over and over again. And they discussed it with the experts in front of everybody. She told him how she felt. He told her how he felt. What more is there to say? I mean, let's move on from this. But she just can't. Grace cannot let things go until there's the next thing to focus on. Then she'll let the last one go and start up on the next one. It's just completely exhausting. I mean, she harps on everything. She thinks Ashley is done wrong ad nauseum. And to be honest with you, I think he's starting to see the pattern and see how it's going to be if he continues on with this relationship, but that's yet to be determined. The next issue she has is some joke that he made about, if there's a half-naked woman in front of me, of course I'm gonna want to have sex. And she doesn't take it as him talking about her. She takes it about any woman being in front of him. And that's 100% not how Ashley meant it. And she should know him well enough by now to know that's not how he meant it, but she doesn't care. All she cares about is finding something wrong with him so she can argue. That's how I feel about Grace. I really feel like Grace just needs to be alone. That's my personal opinion. She is certainly not ready for a relationship, especially if she can't even make it work with somebody as easygoing as Ashley. I mean, how's she going to be in any relationship at this point? She doesn't appreciate her partner. Now, April and Leo, kind of similar. They have a conversation about intimacy. April needs somebody that's more assertive, and Leo just wants to not rock the boat. He really likes April. He wants to do everything April wants him to do, to be the perfect boyfriend, but it's backfiring on him because she does not want a yes man. She wants him to find his voice. But if he finds his voice, what's going to happen then? I mean, that should be interesting. Nellie is blindsided by Steve's comment for now at the commitment ceremony. And everybody else is pretty shocked by it too. It was just not necessary at all. He tells Nellie all he hears from her is, I don't affirm you enough. I'm unsupportive. I don't validate your feelings enough. I don't compliment you enough. I'm not enough. That's what Steve hears. And so that's why Steve's shutting down. I still don't think they're the right fit for each other. She needs somebody like he was in the very beginning. But was that really him? Or, I mean, he wasn't able to keep that side of him up for very long. But that's who she fell in love with. The kind, sweet man that seemed to really be into her and be into a relationship. That's what she wants. She just wants to get back to that. But I don't know if that was something that he could continue doing. I don't know if that was the real him. Part of me wonders if Steve is not just trying to push Nellie into leaving him so he can be the martyr, the poor guy, because he's certainly not trying in the relationship at all anymore. It's clear to everybody. He's not doing anything at all. I really thought this relationship was a slam dunk in the beginning. I couldn't have been more wrong. Nellie is emotional because she realizes he just doesn't get it, and he probably never will. The partners swap lasts for 2 days and 2 nights. Each partner is matched with somebody the experts believe will help them, give them insight as to what can help their marriage. This is so the couples can discover new approaches for communication and a fresh perspective that can benefit them in their current relationships. And there's a few that really need this. A few don't. A few do. Rebecca is paired with Leo, and Bailey laughs, as does Rebecca, because they both agree Leo needs help with April, for sure. He needs some guidance. Abigail is paired with Ashley, which I'm so happy about. I'm happy he'll get a softer, more accepting partner, for a little bit anyway. Maybe we will get our happy, joyful Ashley back. I really miss him, so I'm looking forward to that. David will be paired with Lay, and Kie will be paired with John. Reese will be paired with Grace. Unfortunately for Reese, he's just going to get an earful about how bad Ashley is, how he's a terrible partner. I mean, maybe Reese will realize that Leisha's not so bad once he hangs out with Grace for a little bit. When Reese finds out he's getting paired with Grace, he says out loud what we're all thinking. He asks Leisha, what are the do's and don'ts with feminists? Apparently, there's quite a lot. Maybe you should ask Ashley. Leah is coupled with Alicia. Nellie is paired with Bailey. And I hope he can build her up. Her self-esteem has really taken quite a hit being with Steven. And Bailey's just so positive. I think it'll really be good for Nellie. Steven is paired with April, which could be a bit of fun for both of them. They are less serious than those they're paired with, and that's probably because they're just not into them. So they're just not serious about the relationship. Now Lay lays down the law with Leah, no flirting, which I'm not sure if we can actually, and I'm not sure if she can actually do that. I mean, I believe it's in her DNA. She does that with everybody. All Lay really wants from Leah is respect, but I think she just got a lot of baggage from her other relationships, and she just needs to give her partner some grace in this, because it just constantly gets in the way of them moving their relationship forward intimately. It's just a shame. Now, Nellie warns Steven, if you cook for April, I'm going to be really upset because you haven't even cooked for me once. I have a feeling that Steven will probably do it just in spite of her. I don't know why he's taking that approach with Nellie. It's certainly not going to bring them closer together. Ashley couldn't get away from Grace quick enough. I can totally relate to that with her. I'm so glad for him. He just can't listen to her for one more second, and neither can I. We all need a little time away from Grace. Poor Reese. He has got a lot ahead of him to deal with. Grace tells Reese she feels Ash is much more concerned with portraying himself as a great husband than doing the work. I mean, how totally insulting. She must love being so perfect. I think Reese is gobsmacked by her audacity. I am. Leo and Rebecca, what an absolute breath of fresh air. I mean, they're having a great time together. It's just an easy conversation, and there's no judgment, and there's not that feeling of you don't like me in the air, which is what he gets from April. Leo talks about everything he does for April, how she doesn't appreciate any of it. He picks up the bill every time they go out. He does laundry. He cleans the house. And Rebecca is like, dude, you need to just chill and be yourself. That's not fair that you're doing all this. She doesn't even like being around you. She doesn't miss you when you're away. And when he heard this, he was so shocked. He couldn't believe it. He's like, she doesn't miss me when I'm away. I'm such a good boyfriend. I really think that this really opened up his eyes, and it changed his perspective about his relationship with April. Ashley listens to Abigail gush about John and wishes he felt the same about his partner. Abigail just wants him to recharge and to get his happiness back. Stephen and April get flirty and make lots of sexual innuendos when they come over for this Lebanese dinner. And this isn't really that shocking. Steve just doesn't have any respect for anybody. He doesn't even have respect for himself. April seems like she's really enjoying having a lighthearted time and a really easy conversation with Steve, something she's really been missing in her relationship. Bailey asked Nellie if Stephen tried, would she be really happy with the relationship? And she told Bailey yes. He tells her to let Steve know how she really feels. And I just don't think it matters to Steve how Nellie feels at this point. It's really fun to see Leah and Alicia just having fun playing tennis. What's not so much fun is watching Stephen make April breakfast, specifically after Nellie told him this would really upset her. I really think this is why he did it. I think he's just such a spiteful, angry person. And he knows this is going to get back to Nellie. He doesn't care. He wants it to get back to her. David brings Lay to a lingerie shop. He really wants to help Lay come out of her shell, get her sexy back. He feels like it's time for Lay and Leah to get closer intimately. And for some reason, both of these two, when they're starting to get closer, do something to sabotage the relationship moving forward, which I find really interesting and unfortunate because I think they would be really good together if they could just drop their guards down a little bit, but I just don't see them doing it at this point. It's been so long. Grace is speaking to Reese while making dinner, and she says it's ridiculous to think that one person is responsible for all the problems. Grace, seriously. You act like he's responsible for all the problems. The way the rest of us see it, or at least the way I see it, is you're responsible for all the problems. You just can't see him for who he is. And maybe you just don't want to be in a relationship. I mean, I think this is why you aren't in a relationship for sure. I can imagine Reese is just gobsmacked again when she says this. Abigail arranges a party for Ashley so he can have some fun. She includes her culture, which is the Lebanese culture, of wonderful food and belly dancing, and she invites Steve and April. They do a lot of drinking, they do a lot of eating, and they do a lot of laughing. And they're just having a really nice, wonderful time. You could see it on Ashley's face, Steve's face, April's face. You know, this was really a wonderful thing that Abigail did for everybody. She knew there was so much tension in all their relationships, and so she just wanted to do something kind. I mean, she's good in her relationship, so she wanted to give them some time off from all the stress for sure. I think this is when Ashley realizes he isn't getting what he needs in this relationship with Grace. And he really sees what he wants when he's with Abigail, and he knows he can have it. It's just not going to be with Grace. I don't think Grace asked Reese one question about his relationship at all, which does not surprise me. I feel like she's very self-absorbed, and this is why she's having so many problems in her relationship. John and Kie have a lovely conversation over wine about Abigail, and John realizes he is absolutely 100% in love with Abigail. And he's ready to tell her the truth. Leigh was annoyed with the text she received from the night before when she texted Leah and Alicia answered the phone. Of course, Alicia knew it would rub her the wrong way. I think that's why she did it. She knows that Leigh's very jealous, and she took this opportunity to poke at the relationship. That's my opinion anyway. She just told her, hey, come on over, and Leigh was just like, why are you answering my girlfriend or my wife's phone? It was definitely not appropriate. It's obvious which couples were happy to see each other and which couples were not. The writing is on the wall for a lot of them. Leah got wasted, and she doesn't even remember running into her wife the night before. Clearly, this doesn't go over very well. And once again, here we are, sabotaging moving forward. And it's too bad, because she had all that beautiful lingerie that she bought and was hoping to show Leah. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Bailey really knows how to treat Rebecca. I love this couple. They seem to always be on the same page, which is lovely and necessary for a strong partnership. Leo, however, calls April out. You can see in his eyes, he is finally aware. His eyes are wide open, and he's watching her body language, and he realizes she just doesn't care about him or the relationship. This is a real turning point. Nellie tells Steve the way she was treated by Bailey was so wonderful, and it's what she deserves and wants. And then Nellie notices the pictures that are on the fridge of April and Steve having a great time, and Nellie is so insulted and so pissed off, and he just doesn't take the relationship seriously. He doesn't care. He doesn't see it as a problem. And then, of course, they start talking about their relationship, and Nellie reminds them, you never initiate going to dinner, going to drinks, having date night. She's the one who's always initiating that, and he's just not doing anything for the relationship at all. And Steve tells her to shut up. And she is done talking, done taking the abuse, and you can really see the shift in her eyes. Wait till she finds out that he cooked April breakfast. Things are gonna hit the fan for sure. Now, John and Abigail are so in love. It's such a great fit. No jealousy. They really trust each other. They're just a really mature couple. And they were so excited to see each other when they got back. And there was just absolutely just a wonderful conversation that they had. And John finally tells Abigail that he loves her, and she tells him back. And it's wonderful to see. Now, it's a very icy exchange when Ashley comes back to the apartment, and Grace is right there ready to get in on him. Did you do any work on yourself? Ashley's like, no, I had a good time. I did work on myself to have a good time. And she is so mad right away. She is so icy to him, and she goes in on his character once again. And this time, he's not having it. She's telling him, you were supposed to go and reflect on our relationship. And he's like, I did reflect on our relationship. And I'm going to go stay in another apartment because I reflected on our relationship. I think Ashley just realized how unhappy he's been and how he's not getting what he needs in a relationship. And it's really not that hard to get what you need in a relationship. Just, some simple care would be nice, and some positive attention and affirmation. He tells her he doesn't want to give up on the relationship. I don't know why, but he doesn't think he can give her what she needs. And he certainly can't. Lord knows he's tried, and she has not. And so let's put this poor man out of his misery. I mean, my goodness, so hard to watch. Okay, you guys, I hope you had fun watching this recap. I know I enjoyed the show so much. It's actually a really good season, and I'm looking forward to the next episode, and I hope you are too. So have a great week, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.